Hello and welcome to the next episode. We are going to continue where we left off on last time. So we now have to solve two very big problems. First of all, volatiles for our ship construction, which we have to more or less wait for our asteroid bases. And then we also need to get an orc so we can take out the aliens which are wreaking havoc here in the EU. And for that purpose we have to actually consider what we want to take now as the EU. So what I want to do is that I want to build a handful of larger nations in the EU. So for example, we are going to expand Germany with a Freistaat Union here. So that's going to get us Belgium, the Netherlands, that's this one, Czechia. Austria is already in the EU. Kaliningrad, something we can get later. And that way we do have a bit beefier Germany. And then we are also going to go into the intermarium here. Of course, there's a little bit of overlapping stuff in there. But then we do have three, with the United Kingdom, 4 major states in here that can be used for whatever we want. So mission control, funding, everything we need to win this campaign. And then we have a lot of expansion projects for these nations. So of course the intermarium can go in this direction, into Russia. The EU can go into Turkey, which we can expand into the Turkestan, Greater Turkestan project. And the UK we can expand into the Commonwealth, which we want to do, which is Canada, South Africa, and the whole of Australia. And Australia, of course, we can also expand a little bit at least with the Republic of the Southern Cross. And then there's also secret expansions down here, because we can actually expand Angola here, which is something we probably should start soon. We can take Angola, merge stuff from here. We can take Tanzania, no, this one, expand this one in this region, and then we can merge both of them into the South African Federation project, which we can merge into the Great Britain stuff for even a bigger Commonwealth, and therefore we do have a very, very, very big EU at the end, and that without playing any of the big three. Of course, we have to take them over eventually in the late game as well, but I don't want to do this right now. Of course, this one is very worrying that the servants are under US control, so probably we are going to get a alien nation here in the US. And then we are going to have to fight a lot of stuff, which probably is a good thing that we should... I mean, we should probably expand our armies here eventually. But what I want to achieve actually is to... I should stop saying actually. What I want to achieve is that the alien assault carriers, which are going to arrive eventually, are not going to be able to land. We are going to have, hopefully, a fleet big enough to intercept them, which means that we have to prepare for total war in like 4 years, which is a lot of stuff we have to do still, because we are far behind and we didn't pick one of the big three, so we have been fighting uphill for a long time here. And now I'm going to continue. Almost said it again, but I actually what's going on today? My language. We have to consider what to take now. The big question is, do we maybe really want to take over Russia? Or do we want to weaken someone else? Because we are currently... Oh, wait a second. The resistance is at 500. What did they do? What do they own, which is so much stuff? I mean, I just wanted to say I'm weakening the resistance, but they are not weak. Humanity first is weak. I don't care about that. Initiative is also not weak. They still have lots more control points than I do. Servants is a problem, of course, because they have US. Protectorate has China. That's also a problem. Exodus is okay. They are all not making a lot of signs though, which is good, I think. But they do have this massive project boost from the difficulty, which is a problem. Or is that from the mods I'm using? I'm not sure. That's definitely a big bonus to their research speed though. Okay, we could weaken the initiative further by taking over Russia and this whole charade here. And then we would also have 6 additional armies that we inherit. Yeah, maybe we want to take over Russia just to keep control of this whole region. And to be able to feed that into the nations that we are constructing here in the EU. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan.
Reporting
However, we only have one person here, which can do decent public campaigns against the whole of the initiative here.
Where to?
Ready to go.
So we are only at 1% chance for now. That's not a lot. But the other thing would be we could delay this. First of all, we can go up to 32
Applying
here.
pressure on their people.
We could delay Russia a bit and instead focus on taking over the other remnants of the EU here. Which means we take over Belgium and Netherlands. We take over Czechia. And then we go further. We take Poland. We still have to take Poland actually. So yeah, maybe we just focus first here. Get our home turf under control.
Ready.
Therefore,
Ready for orders.
purge this one when it's cracked down here.
Terminating the opposition.
And
I'm here.
Ishan, you're going to follow
Investigating
this guy
alien
around.
site.
We definitely need to put a few points into persuasion again to do the public campaigns, for example, in Russia later. Maybe we should stop saying that. I think we want to take Turkey first. Probably cheaper, right? 15, 18. It doesn't really matter. I have to think about this. If we want to take this first or if we want to take this one first. So that's a very deciding question because it decides on what kind of project we do first. But that's something for the next month to decide. So I'm going to just skip ahead a bit here. A few months have passed and progress is terrible. And I'm just struggling on all fronts currently. I mean, I have been able to expand Germany here, so Czechia is now ours. But I have 2 alien agents roaming around the EU, flipping points towards the servants and protectorate. That's why I had to go into Hydro language now, so that we can unlock some of the projects that defend us against the alien. I'm also pushing the quantum computing now to get our 5th agent, because I'm not getting lucky with any orc here that gives me what I need. And this is a problem we actually have to face now. I'm waiting for a bit more money, and then I'm going to actually start the ships to get at least the quest for the technology done, because I don't see that we get the alien shutdown here on
People will
Earth
come to
anytime
our
soon. Yeah, but
We've hit them where it hurts. We've moved the
I don't
needle.
know. It's very tedious currently. I'm not sure if this will work out at all long term. Okay, here we are, and we have finished the Hydra language project. While it will take some time to fully comprehend the Hydra language, we have now identified sufficient patterns and repeating elements to establish the core concept behind it. Essentially, the method of communication is twofold: an auditory aspect with much like our own, and perhaps more importantly, a ferrocite-based aspect, which chemically and wordlessly conveys the emotional context of the otherwise functional speech. We can now proceed with direct translation of the spoken element should we wish it. It remains to be seen, however, how effective any attempt at communication will be without replication of the chemosensory element.
We are making progress understanding the Hydra spoken language, Chancellor.
You'd expect the Hydra language to be more sophisticated than ours. The truth, interestingly, has turned out to be the exact opposite. The grammar of the Hydra language resembles a simpler version of Mandarin or Cantonese, and compared to the intricate roots of English, it is remarkably straightforward. The sounds are of course impossible to produce with human vocal cords, but it is easily solved by audio playback. To our linguists raised on the enormous variety and complexity of Earth languages, deciphering the rules of Hydra speech has been quite easy. Unfortunately, the reason the Hydra language is so simple is that it is designed to work in conjunction with Hydra ferrocides. Hydra ferrocides communication provides the emotional depth and sophistication that the auditory language lacks. The words alone are more of a skeleton, with ferrocides providing context and intent. Communication audio only with a Hydra is the equivalent of speaking Atenal Chinese or English with a vocabulary limit to perhaps a few hundred nouns and verbs. Still, crude communication is better than nothing. So now we can research Hydra diplomacy as the next project, which we probably are going to do eventually, but for now I'm going to pick up... Where is it? Where did it go? Do I have it picked? No, it's not currently ongoing. The research project, where are you? The one which gives me 10% research for 10k. There we go. National Labs. There we go. So we are pushing self-repairing thorough software to finally then go into quantum encryption to then get the 6th agents to maybe then be able to take out an alien agent if we can't find an orc before. This is a very long-term planning now. And everything is not working as it should. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, so everything is not going as expected. Because there's also other things that are not going along any kind of plan. So we are now going to push cooperative resolution here to at least get this one going. I'm not sure what we get as an orc. I don't expect it to have assassinate on it, but who knows. The problem is that something took out the only alien ship in orbit of Earth. So this one is gone now. So someone fought it. Which is super annoying because now I can't do the quest. So I stopped the ship construction, which I started up. And yeah, of course there are new ships coming now. Interestingly, this one just showed up. That wasn't there before. Huh, there is also a corvette coming. Maybe we should have left the construction ongoing. Now I regret it. Okay, we are going to do it. So we do the rail class here, 2 of them, and then a PDC. So we can afford all 3 of those here. And we could afford, I think, a 3rd one. Question is now, I think we do... This is 2 laser turrets. Let's do another PDC ship. Here we go. This one's going to wait a few days until it can get started, and then this
We'll
is
be ready
it.
for new orders soon.
Everything is not working as designed here. Also, I don't have an agent who can properly take out alien plants. So whatever I did in this campaign, it doesn't really work. It's really painful. And we are so delayed in many aspects here. I don't know what we should do. However, at least the good news is that the European project here is slowly progressing. So you can see here, Germany is now Austria, Czechia, Belgium, and soon the Netherlands in, I think, October. We can merge here. Wait a second. In October, yes. And we are also almost finished with taking over Poland here. And we are already starting public campaigning in Russia to take that over next. And then we go into Turkey to also take this over. Maybe we do a sidestep here in Romania and Greece. Not 100% sure. We also want to take over Ireland eventually. But this will all cost a lot of time. And time is not something we currently got. Because we are still struggling with literally everything. What I prepared in the background though is that we can theoretically upgrade our bases to a settlement hub. So we could do this. I think there's one project missing. Yeah, the settlement mining complex is still missing. What I'm also missing is the tech to do the layered defense array. So that's also on the agenda, because when we kick off Total War eventually, we have to get at least 2 layered defense arrays on every mining base. So that's something I'm planning for as well. And I think the terrestrial military science opens up arrival security, which we also want, because that might unlock the project, which gives us a bit more leeway in the mission control, if I remember correctly. So arrival security here. Yeah, I think we can take this immediately afterwards, and then from there I think we go into the mission control projects, which we can then use to steer away from the alien hate a bit, so that we can squeeze in 1, 2 or 3 more stations or mining bases, whatever we prefer here. What we could also consider soon is making a marine frigate to take another mining base on Mars, just to get something with volatiles here, which would be... Oh, they're not that great even. We have the best one already. Okay, I'm taking that back. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we don't want anything like this for the moment. Volatiles are going to be a problem. We can instead make agriculture modules actually, which we should do. But we are going to lose even more science from this. So we can build a hydroponics bay here. And I think we should, but I do think that I want to wait for the farm project. If it's not yet unlocked, then we are going to do it next. Yeah, it's already unlocked. So we are going to do this next. Then we can instead put a farm on all our orbitals, which is going to be more resource efficient in the end. And with that, let's speed forward a bit further. I can't believe it. So it has happened. We have got greenstone security here, which gives us the required mission that we need. Finally. Finally we can do something. So now we just have to up our espionage as well a bit. So we are at 17 only currently. Let's bump that up as much as we can. So we can go for one more admin here, and then we can restructure when we have ops like this available here. So we are going to unassign this one, and then we can see what else we are going to... Actually, I'm going to investigate this. It only gives 2 though. Maybe we can't do much about it right now. So that would be... Why does it tell 22 to 25? Something isn't adding up yet. I'm going to wait a few days here. Ah, wait, the mission phase is almost over. Ah. So let's see. Why can't you take this one? Why don't you want to take this one? I don't know. 22 of 25, why not? 22 plus 3 is 25. Why does it not work? Oh, because we don't because we don't have the money, of course. That's why. We can sell. It doesn't matter. We don't need to sell this one right now. So we now have to find an alien, though.
Acknowledged.
And that's not one. So we have to wait a bit until they do something again in the EU, which is probably just a question of time. Until then, we are going to continue wrecking control here. Something flipped this one to the server, so there is an alien here. It just has to reveal itself. And then we can finally do that mission. Thank God. And maybe we can end the episode with that. Okay, not a lot of time has passed and things are escalating. So someone, not me, has fought the battle against the alien here in space, or rather they got attacked by something. So there was a battle which caused this event here. Also, they have tried to flip Poland again to the servants, which revealed them. So we are going after them now. Let's actually see, is there something, can we see who is fighting here? Ah, there are two ships now. Okay, interesting. Let's hope they are still there when our ships are finishing. So now in the next mission phase, it was obvious that we failed this.
Here is what we have found.
Actually, we have to ask ourselves now, do we have... Oh, yeah, they are... Ugh. Yeah, they are doing that hard currently, pushing all the time against Poland. I think I'm going to actually start up the... Now, let's get the fission reactor far... No, I don't think we need that. What do we need next? Operation Center will be useful as well. I think we should unlock that one so that we have it for the future. Are we really losing this one? Okay, let's optimize a bit here. We are not going to invest into great nations further. So let's try to take out this alien here. It doesn't have a lot of security, so it shouldn't be too hard. There we go. We have 1 intel. I take that back. It's minus 31. 15 security. 12 to... Ooh. You don't really have that many ops there. We can only do a 30%. Let me guess it has hard target, right? Yeah, we have to be very careful here.
I have them in my sights.
So we're going to do the second investigate here.
At your service.
And of course, we do not have a protect orc. Ah. I'm definitely not prepared here. Defend interests. Okay, we can't take this. There's defend interest. So we can give you another admin. And then you unassign this one. Or rather, you can get rid of this one. We don't need that anymore. And then we can take this one and we get a defend from this, right? Oh no, that's defend interest. That's not protect. Doesn't matter. It's an improvement still. Oh, we need... What do we need? Not extract. Yeah, of course it's not available. How is that mission called? That we do need here now. How is that even called? Where is that exactly? It's the codex, right? Codex and then missions. Missions list, here we go. How to protect target. Okay, that's what we want. Protect target.
Ready.
I think we are going to still risk it though.
At your service.
Oh, let's go all in. We go all in once. We are going to get the
Tracking target.
The investigate through.
We'll see
This
if
will
they're up
put this to +3. +3.
Acknowledged.
So our chance will actually be around 70%.
Where do you need me?
Hopefully.
We will see what we can find.
I'm sure we are going to die, right? In this campaign, everything has gone pretty bad.
I will help them.
This is very bold, but
I
it's
have
an
good
all-in
information.
here. Okay, this one succeeded. So we do have now,
Mission in progress.
yeah, 60% at least. But that's still high for a critical failure.
Target neutralized.
Oh, whew. Ooh, ooh. That was lucky. Okay, so we have taken out the alien life form here. And that's actually helping us with the quests. There we go. Few among us would ever have believed this day would come. Not only in ugly proof of life from another world, but the successful retrieval of an intact alien body. Ours to study at our leisure. Returning it to our labs has been a challenge, however. Its cellular structure began to deteriorate at an alarming rate, which we believe to be due to some kind of genetically programmed failsafe, presumably to prevent this race's enemies from learning more about them. Fortunately, we were well equipped enough to quickly transfer the corpse into cryogenic storage, by which point only its outermost extremities had succumbed to necrosis. More problematically, the pathology tasked with initial assessment of the body quick fell into an inexplicable stupor. The effect dissipated within a few hours and did not repeat. A full postmortem may now begin.
We have secured an alien corpse, Chancellor. I only hope the price was worth it.
The operation was ugly and bloody as we expected. The alien was protected by human bodyguards, which our team was forced to engage. I say forced, but in truth it was our decision. We now have both human and alien blood on our hands. I fear this is only the start of a long and dark road. The aliens and the supporters will view us as terrorists, and I cannot say they are entirely wrong. We took casualties as well, of course. On my insistence, our team announced their presence to the alien and his bodyguard and offered terms of surrender. The offer was ignored, and the negotiator who made the offer was killed in the ensuing firefight. The second in command of the team had flatly told me that they would have completed the mission without casualties had they been authorized to strike first. I would like to say I regret the order, but in all honesty I would give the same command again. Still, we have our corpse. I have the information our biologists can glean from. It is worth the price we paid. So next is hydrobiology. The cultural way of thinking of Earth creatures are rooted first and foremost in their bodies, their biology, psychology and genetics. For all the differences, I believe these aliens must be the same. Let us see what we can learn. Our personnel have begun to refer these creatures as hydras, after the speed by which they influence growth and regrowth across the Earth. Removing any of the servant only leads to two more taking their place. In the Greek myth, the heroes sent to slay the hydra succeeded only by dismembering it piece by piece and burning the remains. I hope this is not an omen. Probably yes. I think it will get pretty dark here. So, finally, we got this out of the way. It's only 27. So now we can progress pretty quickly through a lot of stuff here. Of the quests here. We can also finish the cooperative solution here relatively quickly now, because we do have a decent boost from the projects now. Our science isn't terrible, it's also not great. And Hydra language was done. Arrival security is also almost done. And if I'm correct, we can then expand our bases here, which is actually perfect timing.
Public opinion is moving in our
Because that
direction.
means in the next episode... Oh, we still need this laser tech, actually. We do need high energy laser something to get our layered defense array going. So that's also something we have to go into. Oh no. Rapid evacuation. Ah, get a publicity boost. Nice.
Recon complete.
But at least this now all worked out. Come on, let me be in peace here. So, we still need protect target now, urgently. And I still want to get rid of this plant
Taking
here
it to them.
in the
I'm
center
here.
of Europe. It probably has
you?
already spread and I just don't know it yet. We also want to get the last point here, so that's another thing we are going to do.
Applying pressure on their people.
Ready.
Acknowledged.
Ready for my mission.
And we should protect the Netherlands here, right? 12th. Nah, I think that will be beforehand. So we have to... In the next mission phase, we can unify with the Netherlands.
Where to?
So we are going to go back to advice missions here.
Offering assistance.
Okay, let's see where we are now. We have done the most important quests now. We have talked to them. We have taken one out. We are going to have to probably abduct one, I guess. Not sure. But I assume we have to. And we are at least on self-preparing software now, which is one before the quantum encryption, which is going to offer us another agent. Arrival security is on its way. So we can go afterwards into the layer defense array tech. If we get the leadership on this tech though, we have to work on that. Yeah, we have to get this one. And after that tech, we can go for science stations, better ones. And all the bases we are going to upgrade here, those we can make research labs there. So we can really bump up our science output from that. Meanwhile, we are going to continue our major nation strategy here. By the way, the Resistance is doing what I want. They are going to soon unify Sweden and Denmark at least. They are still working on trying to get the others here. So for example, Estonia is also in the Federation. Iceland as well, but they are retaking it currently. They lost it temporarily. In hope they can also get Norway so that they continue unifying here. That would be perfect and in our interest. While we are going to actually start working on Russia soon. And also we have to go to in here. A lot of stuff to do still. But I think we are on a good track here. I really think we are we are back on track now. We have ships under construction. We can take out whatever is in orbit there. If it's just a destroyer or a corvette, then we can take it out. So that's good. And everything else we have to see afterwards. Yeah, so I'm going to make a cut here. Leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next episode where we are going to probably see the first space fight and who knows what else.